Chris Megan fishing along the Elizabeth Islands. Oh, no way. That is a cool
They
fish.
are all beauties.
If you have lived in New England for any length of time, chances are you've crossed the Connecticut River. Rising up from a natural bog spring just south of the Canadian border, the fourth Connecticut Lake forms high up in the mountains at 2,660 feet above sea level to hold the distinction of being the headwaters for the Connecticut River. It is from this small lake that the Connecticut River starts its 410-mile journey through New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, and Connecticut before discharging into Long Island Sound. Acting as the boundary between New Hampshire and Vermont, the Connecticut River is the longest river in New England and widely known for its diverse fishery, holding everything from trout and salmon in the upper part of Connecticut to sturgeon and stripers in the lower portion. The Connecticut offers many opportunities for anglers to fish from both boat and shore. This past fall, with the foliage nearing peak, I had an opportunity to travel to the town of Pittsburg, New Hampshire to join the crew from Lopstick Cabins and Outfitter to explore the wild Connecticut River from its humble beginnings with a fly rod in hand. There it is, I got him.
He's feeling good. There he goes.
Arriving with only a few good hours of light left on day one, morning would come early on day two, where I was to meet up with the guides Bill Bernhardt and Greg Inglis before setting out to fish a stretch of the river that Bill and Greg knew to hold salmon. With the early morning light rain beginning to taper off, it wasn't long before Greg tied into a beautiful landlocked salmon on a streamer.
With this higher water, a lot of these fish could be like right in here, really shallow.
Well, I think with all the rain that we ended up picking up, a little drop in temperature last night, hopefully this excites them and gets them on the move. Are these fish pretty used to the wash when somebody, like from a moose walking across?
Yeah, I'm pretty big on
Staying out of the area that you're gonna fish as
low
much
impact.
as possible.
I think of it as hunting. I'm hunting these fish. A lot of people really underestimate how spooky trout and salmon are.
So what is that we're gonna be throwing now?
It's a streamer, a weighted streamer, and it's kind of nose heavy, so it's all in the technique,
Dropping
really.
down and kind of lifting it up?
Yeah, it's all in the technique. I mean, without the technique, it's basically a weight forward woolly bugger.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's all in the technique. Cast it slightly upstream, throw a mend in it, let it sink down, follow as it starts to drag, and just pump the rod to the side or give it a couple good hard strips.
Okay.
And the idea is you want to vary where you do that so that it lines up. That pickup, that swing with the pump would line up with
You
the
were
fish.
saying that yesterday. So it's one of these things where the fish is like this, you want the pickup almost in front of it, huh?
Right.
So it's coming up away from it.
Fish's
It looks like
nose, the pickup and the swing in front of
Yeah,
it.
okay.
So you do it one spot, you keep doing it over and over again, you're only really doing that technique in that one specific
Yeah,
spot.
okay.
Yeah, nice wild brookie.
I think they're going to be right in the middle of the run. Did you see the white bubbles?
Yes.
Right on the edge there.
Okay.
They like to sit there
The
too.
outside or inside?
Inside. But I like it when the fly comes across the scene. I want them to come across their faces, across their nose. They see it coming from the left and passing to the right, rather than just right at
Yeah,
it.
right.
There,
Oh,
it
there he
is.
is, there he
there
is.
it is. There's one. There you go.
Right on that, right where you said. That's
Yep.
awesome. Kind of like he's getting ready to pick it up, you know? And I think that quick motion of almost lifting it up triggered it. There he is, on cue. What is this body of water we're on?
It's just a couple miles.
Little stretch of river?
Yeah, it's just what we have here is basically a chain of lakes and sections of river in between. This section's all brook trout and landlocked salmon. This is what we come here for.
I'm here with Greg Inglis, guide with Lopstick Cabin and Outfitters. Greg, this guy looks like he's just about done.
There you go,
I'm gonna
just
walk
lift
him right
and slide.
in here. Lift and slide.
There
we go. This is pretty typical of what you get in this stretch of water.
Yeah, nice and fat this time of year.
You can see the cut on that.
Yeah,
Really
look at how
beautiful.
fat it is. It's not a super long fish,
Right,
but
right.
girthy. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. We're gonna get him back in, guys. Hey, first of many fish we're hoping for. Having caught and released several beautiful salmon, Bill and Greg indicated it was time to head back to Lopstick Lodge for a hot coffee and to gear up for a portion of the river known as the Trophy Stretch. After picking up some additional flies and changing over one of the lines, I was anxious to find out if this next portion of the Connecticut River, known as the Trophy Stretch, would live up to its name. After a short drive from the lodge, we were back at it with Greg scouting the river further downstream and Bill Bernhardt and I starting out just below the dam in what would prove to be a great decision. We got some really nice water moving through here.
Your average flows around here is usually somewhere between 150 and 175 CFS.
okay.
They have been releasing more water from the dam. So now it's up to 270, which is, it's a little bit of a strong flow, but it's very fishable. I kind of like it a little bit higher because it stirs up a lot of the bugs for the fish, gives them plenty of coverage. And also, if you get your drift in there properly, they don't have a lot of time to really examine it.
Yeah, okay.
So you're gonna get a lot of that reactionary strike. But then with that said, things are gonna happen pretty quick, pretty often.
All right, so now looking at this body of water in here,
Yes, sir.
all this white water in here is usually what you're calling the pillow?
Yeah. So you'll see the pillows is where it boils up. It's that white frothy part. Directly downstream of that, because that obstruction's there, you're gonna have a calmer section, or a slick, or a pocket is what we call it. You just wanna start looking around and kind of picking your pockets, look for those spots,
Tell me when.
come back in a little bit. So there's a little slab rock there, and we'll start on this little run. We'll kind of fan cast this, and then
Okay.
we'll move up a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, I truly believe, oh, there's a fish, nice fish.
He picked up right when I was going to grab it.
You gotta get your rod up a little bit more, there you go. We're gonna probably start leaning them this way. You gotta change things up every once in a while.
Yes. Fishing the Connecticut River, guys, between Lake Francis and the Connecticut River. Nice little catch and release.
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of times you're talking about that lift up, and because that bug itself is the emerger. So,
Right.
it swings up. It's actually a not bad representation of that.
The thing coming out like that.
Exactly. Sometimes, just that little bit of action, that little bit of motion triggers that response, and clearly it did there.
And you can see the water coming out below us. One of the things we were talking about earlier is that they release the water from the bottom of the lake.
Yes.
So it keeps it a constant, I think you said it was 59 degrees.
Right off this edge right here. Good. Yeah. Great. Oh, go on, get.
Oh,
Up, go on.
that's one, that's
there
one.
you go.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to set up on him. He's in there now.
You want to lean him a little bit this way, try and
Okay.
keep him out of that heavier current. And if we have to take him down, I can go get him down below there too, so. Bring that rod up in the air.
Look at him in there. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Nice bow.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that, he's got a little whack taken
What
on
is
it.
that?
That's probably from that great blue heron.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah.
Bill, what a beautiful fish, other than that little
Yeah.
whack taken out of it, huh?
Yeah.
You can tell he's real healthy, though.
There he goes.
Nice catch and release. This to me is the textbook pool that you look for. This is the textbook pool that probably gets pounded too. You know? The fact is though, is that I don't know how many people wade out in this water though.
Not when the water's like this.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of takes a little bit of a, yeah.
Having a good guy.
Yeah, well,
So how long have you been with Lopstick?
13 years.
Seem like a good group of folks to work with.
Oh,
huh?
they're great.
Just
Yeah,
seems like
they're super great.
From all the staff that we talked to,
And we're very fortunate.
how many cabins do you guys have?
Well, altogether, they have 55 different cabins. And they're spread out. Some of them are on First Connecticut Lake. We have some of them on Perry Stream. We have some of them that are on the Connecticut River.
So 55 that Lopstick can put guests into. How many do Lopstick own themselves?
They actually physically own, I believe, 39 of those. So what we have there is that you have accommodations for everybody. You've got, some cabins which are small efficiency apartments. I think they're $109 a night for 2 people. And then you've got stuff that runs all the way the gamut up to $299 a night for 2 people. So depending on the amenities that you want, the jacuzzi tubs, hot tubs, 2, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. Woo, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah? See or no? Yeah, it's moving. Something's moving. Strip down on it. Got more pressure. Oh, there
There
we
it
go.
is, there he is. He just popped off.
Strip. Get on
I
it.
got
Get
him.
on it.
I got him. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, and let him go. All right, you want to go get him? Let's go get him.
I'm gonna walk him right over to you. Yeah, beautiful right there. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you letting me push the envelope a little bit there too.
Yeah, as long as we stay safe, right? Wash
You're
up
right
when you're
there.
through.
I think the next step was unsafe. I think the step that we took was safe. Let's get this guy back in the water.
Right. Yes, sir. Beautiful little brookie.
Look at the colors on this guy, huh?
Thing, huh?
I don't know if you can see him at home. Just a beautiful fish. And he's gone.
There he goes.
Really appreciate it. Thank
job.
you very much. Great time
job.
today. Great time. With the sun setting on day 2, the best fishing was yet to come. Oh, got one, got one. Right
Nice.
there, right at the very end. What a way to start, guys. Cool area. So all about the same kind of fishing, right?
What's that?
Very similar as far as the technique.
Yeah, we're gonna do both. Yeah, we're gonna have you swing a streamer first. See if we have any aggressive fish in there.
All right, so where? Right here?
So I'd roll cast it slightly upstream, let it kind of sink down. So we'll just stay tight to the edge here. So be very cautious outside of the
Yeah.
target area.
I want to see how much of, okay. A
No,
little too far
no,
outside?
that's perfect. It'll drift down. But even right towards the end, I wouldn't rush it because that's a fishy spot.
Oh, got one, got one.
Nice.
Right there, right at the very
That
end.
didn't take long.
Not at all.
There you go.
Well, we're starting to pick it up. You know how we were talking about when you go to sweep it
swing.
out, they get
Yep.
all excited.
First cast, can't argue with that.
That's either the kiss of death or
That is
just a
very
great
true.
sign.
It's very true. We'll stay humble.
That's exactly it. What a way to start, guys. Greg and I haven't been here for about a minute. First drift, we're hoping this isn't the kiss of death on our first cast.
First cast.
But like you said, we're gonna stay humble. We got a great spot. These are the native, right? The brookies?
Yes, there's a mixture of some stocked and native brook trout. But this fish is just flawless.
That
I mean,
fish is beautiful, huh? Look at the color on him.
ready to go.
Let him go right back. Guys, we just picked up a really nice fish just north of us here. We're gonna slide down into another pool here. You can see we got some really nice structure right up above, a little bit of a boulder that's giving us a nice seam on both the inside and the outside. So we're gonna put a little bit more weight on. Greg's changing the length of the indicator, make it a little easier for me to get a nice drift coming down, kind of work the bottom.
So every pocket has two seams, right?
The inside and the outside.
Yeah, just like this.
Right.
So then there's another run over there. So what's happening is you're getting another V.
Okay.
Almost in the reverse direction.
Okay.
So I'll tell people to get the indicator to land right in that. So if you just get on the edge of that seam.
Okay, got it.
There you go.
All right. That's on the inside. Oh, I should say the middle.
You're right in the middle. Every time it's gonna be slightly different. There's a lot going on. What is that?
Yes, baby.
It's moving.
Yes.
If anything, I'd relax, bring the rod angle to the right a little. Keep his head down though. Oh,
Yeah.
nice brook trout.
Oh, look at that guy.
Let out a little more line.
Yeah, all right.
That way you can keep the rod angle, a little more bend in the rod.
I'm gonna let him kind of walk right in.
All right, there you go. Now you got him where you want him.
Yeah, it's exactly
nice
right.
fish. Just watch the rock. You got a rock
Oh,
here.
okay, just
there you
sorry.
go. All right, now you can bring him my way.
I'm gonna back up a little bit and just keep his nose up. Yeah. We were about to give up on this little pocket here. Came up and just a beautiful, real thick, healthy brookie. We'll pop him back in there and just give him a little bit of water.
Spawning colors.
You can see some real nice structure out in the middle of the river. There's some soft water right below it. Let's see if we can go ahead and release this guy. There he goes. Yeah.
Shot right off.
Perfect.
All right.
What do you think? That guy's probably one in there and that's it, right?
You're
If we
right.
want to go back and pound it, but
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Yeah, I think so. That's
think
a good
we're
way
done.
to end
Yeah.
any little pocket
I agree
or
with you.
run. Oh, he's coming to go!
Oh, that is awesome. Look at him right on the surface. Having fished the upper half of the trophy stretch, Greg decided it was time to drop further downstream and cross over the river to a pool where we would throw streamers to trout in gin clear water. What's nice about this is you just get the sense that there's not a lot of pressure here because the water's up right now. Like you said, running 270, 280. There's probably not a lot of people crossing over.
No, not as many, that's for sure. Yeah.
So earlier, Greg was trying to show me how to keep this thing as erratic as possible, just like a wounded bait fish, just moving it along.
Oh, fish,
Oh, got him. Oh, I saw that. Oh,
You felt him, didn't you?
yeah, I did. He may not come back.
Oh, he's coming to go!
Oh, I saw that one. That is awesome. Look at him right on the surface. I don't think he felt the hook the first time. Look at him just sitting in there, the color
That's a
on
good
him,
sized fish.
That is a beautiful fish. This is fishing at its best right here. Looks like another beautiful brookie. Look at that guy, huh? We just changed back to a streamer. Guys, Lopstick Outfitters, Greg Inglis. Yesterday we were with Bill Bernhardt, fishing up here in Pittsburg, New Hampshire, 15 miles from the Canadian border. Just a beautiful fish. Take your time, fella. There he goes. After a couple of denials on the streamer, a quick switch back over to the nymph rig with an indicator made all the difference.
The next one, try going a little less upstream and I think you'll get a smoother drift.
There he is, baby.
Oh.
There he is.
Or just do that.
Or we can do that. This might be a rainbow.
Yeah, that is definitely a rainbow.
I don't feel like I have a good set on him. First rainbow of the day.
It
We've
is the
got
first
brookie
rainbow.
after brookie after brookie. And he was sitting inside of this little pocket of rocks. And just a beautiful fish. Get him in the water. This guy's ready to go. That was awesome.
Good things come to those who nymph.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Personally, I love the like the action of the streamer. You're just moving it and twitching it and getting that reaction bite that comes up on it. But like you said, as far as numbers, you can't beat nymphing.
Yeah, put it right on their nose.
You can see you got rough moving water on the far bank. There's some real soft water that are just on the inside. If you get right on that seam, it seems to be producing. There are some fish in this pool.
Yeah, they're stacked in here.
Fish.
Right at the end.
Of it, right at the end. You see it go over that boulder?
Yeah.
Guys, just changed up the technique. Before we had on a streamer, and then I'm not sure exactly what Greg put on there, but it had a lot of action to it.
Something that resembles a bug. A nice brook trout. Yeah. I don't know what it is with the brookies today. Lift and slide.
Nice. All right, look at the kype on this guy, huh? Nice male brookie.
Seem to be the most aggressive fish today.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can see how the lower jaw closes into the
Right into that little V groove on the top. Just a beautiful fish. Hold him up one more. Oh, that's okay.
Probably come in just a little
Just
closer.
a little bit inside.
Right on the edge of that.
Having caught and released countless fish over 2+ days on the Connecticut River with guides Bill Bernhardt and Greg Inglis, it was hard to pack up our gear and head for home. Over the years, I had fished different sections of the 410-mile Connecticut River, chasing everything from carp to stripers. But few locations could match the sheer beauty of the upper Connecticut River and the incredible accommodations offered at Lopstick Cabins and Outfitter in Pittsburg, New Hampshire. For any fly fishermen looking for their next adventure or fishermen who want to learn fly fishing, I highly recommend adding the Lopstick experience to your fishing bucket list. You won't be disappointed.